I'm going to go right to the beginning. I'm going to go to the traditions. I'm going to go to men like Al-Tabari, Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Tirmidhi, Ibn Dawud, Ibn Malik. You know these names. These are all the authors, the compilers of the traditions. And I'm going to tell you what they tell us of the Quran.
There is no such
Because these are the most authoritative authors. They are the most authoritative compilers concerning how the Quran was put together. Do you want to know what they say? Shall we tell you what the 9th and 10th century traditions tell us about their Quran? Let me read. According to us, entire portions were omitted or abrogated from the Quran. It is reported from Ismail ibn Ibrahim, from Ayub from Nafi, and from Umar, who said, "Let none of you say, I have acquired the whole of the Quran." How does he know what all of it is when much of the Quran has disappeared? Rather let him say, "I have acquired what has survived." This is from As-Suyuti. Let's continue on. Sahih Muslim, writing and compiling in the 9th century. There's only one person that's prior to Sahih Muslim that is found today in extant manuscripts. And he says this: Aisha, who was the favored wife of Muhammad, reported that it had been revealed in the Quran that 10 clear sucklings make the marriage unlawful. Then it was abrogated by 5 sucklings, and Allah's apostle died, and before that time it was found in the Quran. So here's the wife of Muhammad actually changing and abrogating the Quran. A woman of all people. Now that's found in Sahih Muslim. Sahih Muslim also says about Abu Musa al-Shashari that an early authority of the Quran and a companion of the Prophet mentions a verse he once remembered, but that it no longer exists in the Quran. We used to recite a surah, and I'm quoting, we used to recite a surah which resembled the length and severity to Al-Bara'at. I have, however, forgotten it, with the exception of this which I remember of it, and then he repeats what he remembers. What happened to that verse? It's completely gone. It used to be there, it's no longer there. Even Bukhari refers to a verse which was cancelled or abrogated from the Quran, and I quote again. We used to read a verse of the Quran revealed in the connection, but later the verse was cancelled. You have to say, can you trust Al-Bukhari? Every Muslim has to trust Al-Bukhari. He is second only to the Quran in authority. He is Sahih. He is perfect. Now what about the missing verse? The verse on Rajab that used to be in Surah 33. The verse which said that anybody who commits adultery must be stoned. Go to Surah 24 and go to verse 2, and you will see the verse on Rajab is no longer in the Quran. It has been thrown out and replaced, instead of stoning, with 100 lashes. Now let's see what Sahih Bukhari says about this. Allah said for Muhammad with the truth and revealed the book to him, and among all what he revealed was the verse on Rajab. And we did recite this verse and understood and memorized it. Allah's apostle said, saying that we carried out that punishment, but somebody will say, by Allah, we do not find that verse of Rajab in the Quran. Now folks, you make a decision. Which is the more corrupted by the scripture? The Bible or the Quran? It is the Quran that is more corrupted. Thank God we don't have verses like this about the Bible. We believe in the Bible. You need to believe in the Bible.
Okay.
Give me 20 more seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen. No, a question about tonight. No.